Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue this No Man's Sky playthrough. I managed to get on this morning and added some more silos to my gold farm, and I was able to find a magnetized ferrite hotspot as well. So I got 50,000 gold now, and another, I think, like 5,000 or so magnetized ferrite. I was just refining a bunch of runaway mold into nanites. Yep, loading in there now. You should be all done. Had a couple thousand nanites at a time, so. And it takes like, I think right around 18 minutes to do a full stack of those, so. I just fill them up when I go to leave. And might as well just grab these. And I'm getting right around 2,400 right now. I need to get a different multi-tool so I can get better lasers on this. Oh, and I also had one of those vendors show up in their ship. I was able to pick up some of these suspicious, mods. I got a couple, other ones, a scanner. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over and see if my gold is filled up yet, and I actually have to go over there and delete. I had to expand the radius of my base, so I have to go back there and pick up all the walls I put down. Because my magnetized ferrite, I think it was like 600 or 800 units away from my base, something like that, so I had to expand it out. Alright, does that give me... Oh, that'll give me enough to fill all of these. Just fill these back up. No, break that out. I thought about putting more refiners here, but I don't think I'm gonna need to. It takes almost 20 minutes to do the whole thing. I thought it was 18. Alright, so we'll set those going. Just get rid of these things. Alright, go grab that gold. Gold farm. Yeah, because with the stacks of gold, I can get right around 3 million per stack, 3.5 million, I think. And what I try to do is I pick that up from the silos, and then I try to sell it to an NPC. That way I get a decent price, and I don't risk crashing the market in that system. So. I'm just going to do like a little loop here. I'll pick up this stuff. And I'll go over to that trading post I have. Let me just make sure I have enough room for this stuff. Let me just toss that in there. I already have a stack here at 3.5 million. Let's see if these all... They're not totally full yet. How about this magnetized ferrite? Okay, this is full. Toss that in there. Actually, put that in my ship. There we go. Because I have some of that. And also, they are back. Okay. I noticed these. I had a couple floating crystals over here. There they are. So every time I come back here, I can harvest these. And there's also going to be some of those metal fingers that are on the way to my magnetized ferrite silos. I'd be able to harvest those. I only got one crystal this time. Last time I had two. Oh well. But what I can do, and you know, if I ever need it, I can come back here and get these metal fingers as well. They're over here somewhere. Oh yeah, this is what I did with my gold. I came back and added those. Now, you want to be careful when you do this, because you don't want your wires to cross at all, or your pipes to cross. What I do is I use these arches, you know, just to keep things separated. You want to stay at least one wall distance between them, but that's how I kind of keep track of that. Alright, we got one of these starting up. I head over towards a magnetized ferrite. I think it was 800 units away, so just gonna be right over the hill. And what I do is get out of this storm. It's gonna follow me anyway. When I get 300 units away, why does that say it's empty? Okay. Just a visual bug. This is where my boundary would be. This should be... Actually, no, this is like 100 units away. Oh, no, it is 300 units. Oh my god, come on. What I do is I just build out walls all the way until I get to my hut spot. Just expand your radius. And I always leave these walls here for the first couple times, that way I know everything's working alright. And I've warped back and forth a few times so far and haven't had any issues. So I'm pretty sure this mine will stick alright. It shouldn't disconnect or anything. This thing's gonna follow me the whole friggin' way, isn't it? What I'm gonna do is I want to reclaim all this carbon. So I'm just gonna start deleting all these walls. And I always do it like a center wall, you know, going forward, then I go over to the left and over to the right a little bit. It just makes the building bubble a little bit bigger. Especially if you have different elevations. It just makes it so things don't, you know, get wonky on you. Sometimes when you expand your base, you'll end up in areas where you can't build for some reason. So that just expands your radius a little bit more. Although when you do this, when you delete this stuff, you do want to make sure you try to stay clear of your wire and your pipe. So, and with my silos, all I did was I put like a silo like every 150 units, somewhere around there. As opposed to just doing a big cluster of them. That was just mainly for ease, more than anything. Because I was having trouble earlier, because I had one of those gravity storms come through when I was expanding everything. So it was just easier to do that than to group everything together. But yeah, I spent about an hour and a half about that this morning, just getting this thing done. I went to, what, like either three or four space stations, and just kept buying up metal plating. And then I actually installed a tray terminal at this base, because I could get like another, what, around 50 or 60 metal plating out of that. I ended up, I don't know, I bought like around 600, 700 metal plating. All I'm doing is just getting rid of all this. I could always leave these walls here for something else, but I'd rather just keep the carbon and keep my base part, you know, my base count down too, so I'm not using too many pieces. So when I go to delete these things, I just want to do it kind of slow. You know, I don't want to fly through it, because if you do end up accidentally deleting a wire or a pipe, it can be a headache. This planet, it wouldn't be too bad, but some planets, especially like extreme planets, you delete one of those by accident, it can be kind of a headache to get everything reconnected. Oh, and I did pick up, I'll show you guys another trick that I did with the glitch separators. I did pick up one. I'll show you guys a little thing that I do like to do. See, I know this is the silo that's 300 units away, because I'll always put, you know, this is like my boundary. I had to stretch from here all the way to my extractors. This is my starting point. I always mark it with a lantern, just so I know where I started. And you can also kind of tell by the shape of my wire there. You know, it's not a straight line, it's going off to the side. Alright, so I just reclaimed all that carbon. Should be a good amount of carbon in here now. Yeah, back to 4,000, so. Sometimes I'll actually delete these too, but I might actually expand that larger, so I'm just going to leave them in place. And I'm going to leave that beacon there too. Now, I did run into an issue. I came in here to delete. It might be hard to see from here, but I do have a one of those small risers there, the short walls. I can't delete that. I didn't realize it till after the fact, so I'm gonna have to leave those in. But I can get in here if I go underneath. I could delete these light floors too, but I'm gonna leave them here for now. I might come back and delete them at some point though. But yeah, it's easier to see it at night. You can see that it's selected. So if you try to do this during the daytime, and it might be hard to see. Up at the top it says target part light floor. You just want to make sure you actually have that selected before you delete it. You don't want to accidentally delete your extractor or your silo. And I'm keeping this here just in case. This is like my backup of a backup. If something does go wrong, because I have this floor here, I can always make my way back over to here. I have it as my starting point. So, like if this was a base that I would have people come visit and stuff, I wouldn't leave that floor there. I'd take it out. I'd probably have like a wire somewhere instead of a floor. I just like to try to keep things nice and easy. Now with these glitching separators, I went and I just picked one up, and all I did was pick up one. So do that. As you see, I have one in my inventory. So all I'm gonna do is come in here. I know it's in one of these menus. There we go. And to save myself from having to run around and find these when I need them, I'll just make a bunch of them. You know, because sometimes you want a bunch for a project or whatever, so I just do this so that whenever I need one, I just come in and grab it. Just toss a few more down. And I do that with all the glitches I find like that. I did have to add, let's see, I built 40 silos for the gold, and I built another, what, 5 silos for the magnetized ferrite, and I think I have 6 power generators now. Let's see, that'd be 6, no, look at 7, because they put out about 149, I think, 147. So I did have to go up. I had to go get some more copper. I dug up some copper here to make more. I got plenty now. Yeah, I got down to like 16 chromatic metals, so I had to go dig up two different deposits. One of them was real tiny, and the other one was a good-sized deposit. Alright, so got 8. How much time do I have left on these? So I didn't connect everything at the same time. Alright, I got 3 hours left on those. I'm just gonna grab everything and then just go sell it off. Alright, get rid of that. What I'm looking to do is get around 45 million, 50 million, something like that. So it's going to take a bit to get there, but I also want to pick up a multi-tool too. Because I think my ship's going to be around between 45 and 50 million. So, let me see, what do I have for... Alright, I still got enough tritium. Alright, and I want to make sure I keep a little bit of gold on me, so... I'm going to go over to that trading post that had the runaway mold. I'll just warp into there. Then when I get over here, I'll wait for a ship to land and sell them all my gold. I just wanted to make sure I kept a little bit of gold in my ship. That way I don't completely run out of it. But if you sell your stuff to an NPC, it doesn't crash the market in your system. Yeah, I think my gold was already at like negative 15% anyway. Because I would get like 2.98 million, I think, for a stack. So I'm hoping to get, you know, right around 3.5 million instead by selling it to an NPC. Somehow knew that might happen. The game does weird stuff like this. Alright. Right now, how much do I actually have? 1, 2, 4. Okay. 4,800, a little over. See if I can get rid of all that with this guy. I just want to keep an eye on the margin, too. Go to sell. Okay, see, he's still at negative 15%. I don't want to do that. Check with this guy. He might be low, too. I might have to go to a different system to sell this stuff. Negative 16%. Okay, so these guys are going to be low. I'm going to try to switch to a different system. But while I'm here, I want to make sure this runaway mole thing's going to work alright, so do a quick trip up there. Yep, and there they are. Pick these up. Yeah, this is my first time coming back here. So wanted to make sure everything was working right. What I'll do is I'll just teleport over to a different space station, see if I can sell it. One of the guys over there. Oh, I don't have a thing here. You know what, let's just build one. What did I need there? A nanotube and some sodium. Why isn't that going up? I got the wrong thing selected. Yeah, let's just... Oh, I can't do one at a time. That's right. Yeah, let's just go with the 40. Yeah, got a little bit extra. Build another nanotube. Ah, that put it up top, didn't I? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted battery. Put that battery right on that. Of course, it's nighttime now, so I can't warp out of here. 2 o'clock. Okay, well, in the meantime, let me go ahead and get this refining. Let's, I want to take a look at those other 2 planets to see what multi-tool they have. I have the first 3 done, so Moorland. Actually, the screen's going to go blank for a second. I just want to make sure I have those first 3 planets. Okay, yeah, I visited the first 3, just wanted to make sure. So, we'll run over to Moorland. Why doesn't it let me... Oh, I have to mark it in this screen. Alright. Go take a run over there. Which actually, I kind of want to go to that base anyway. Because I've got some stuff in one of the refiners. Oh, I bring this screen up. Oh, I started making glass, that's right. I knew there was something I was making over here. Actually, I'm probably going to put down a storage container here too. I'm going to end up starting to get a large amount of oxygen. I don't want to have to refine it every time. I do want to keep some oxygen. Especially if I start, you know, mixing things together. Just land here for a second, check my stuff. Okay, so I have a few things I want to do here. The first thing, just come up here. And these probably both have stuff. I never set that one going. Wonder if I was doing something with that extra oxygen. Okay, there's 50 glass. So I do want to put down storage container. Because 0 I always keep as kind of like a miscellaneous container. And I'm gonna need some sodium for that. Which actually, I've got some right here. This one I will keep powered up. Mainly so I can move things around. I don't know if I'll be able to reach from there. It'll probably end up moving around anyway. Actually, I'll just stick it over by my steps, like I was planning on doing. I don't think I'm going to expand this thing outwards on this side anyway. Stick it right there. Should be able to plug it right in. Yeah, that way, if I'm mixing up a bunch of stuff, you know, like making a bunch of glass or something, I can just toss it in right here. Oh yeah, these are suspicious hazard modules. I wanted to see what those give me. Okay, so it's good on radiation. Yeah, none of them are actually all that great. We got a 10, 6, okay. This is the better one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that out, move this in. Now if you look at your resistance, it's a lot higher now. So, I'm just going to move this one down here. So you don't have to get a bunch of like these fire ones and stuff like that. It's good to have them on, you don't really need them all that much on normal mode, but in permadeath you do want to make sure you have, you know, the regular S-Class modules, but these X-Class are really good too. If you can get one that has like all 10s, it brings everything up. It pretty much adds 25 to everything. So these are very sought after. These are like 800 nanites compared to like all the other ones are like 300. So, but whenever I see one of those vendors, I always grab whatever he has, hoping that he has something really good. Alright, so that's done. I can actually use this teleporter to go see if I can sell that gold at a different space station. I think this was... Alright, this is the current. Which one's this? This is a blue... Okay, that's the blue system. It's adequate. Let's check this station out. See if I can get rid of that gold, then I'll come back here and see if I can go take a look at that multi-tool. See, I wish I could change my space station names. It just makes navigating them a little bit easier, so Don't get things mixed up. I'll take a quick look in here just to see what I can get for gold. Okay, so it's negative 2% here. So see what the NPCs offer me. While I wait for them to show up, check this this guy. I'm pretty sure I already grabbed missions from him, but see if there's anything else. Okay, yeah, those are both in progress. So I need to try to get those missions done at some point. It'll be a lot easier once we get a decent multi-tool. Yeah, I don't mind selling at like a negative loss, but I don't want it to be too high of a negative. Go to sell. Negative 2.1. I heard another guy come in. Thought I did. Maybe not. Yep, there he is. Probably looked right at him and didn't even see him. Okay, so it looks like they're selling for the same amount. Let me try that third space station. I would like to get, you know, a positive balance. This one. Yeah, this is a blue system. Yeah, typically your pilots will be, a lot of times they'll like give you a better offer. See what this system's gonna give me. I keep going past it. Okay, negative 4.9. I want to see if the pilots are same deal. Check this guy first too. I always forget to visit these guys. Okay, so creature kills. Grab all these sentinel kill ones too. Alright. I hate it because it always selects the mission for you. Alright guys, you can show up anytime. I should check my maps too. Grab a few maps. I try not to buy too many of the maps, mainly because I don't want to take up the or too many different types of maps, because I don't want to use up the space. So I typically only keep like 2 different map types on me this early in the game. Once I have a bunch of inventory, I don't care. Let's see what this guy is gonna offer. Alright, so we'll go 4.9. It's the same exact amount. They must have changed what NPCs offer you. I wonder if that's going to affect the economy. Pretty sure I already looked at these. Yeah. Doesn't matter, I got an S-Class waiting for me, I just have to pick which one I want. So I'm gonna go back to that station I was just at, which is this one. I'll get the best price over here. But I still want to sell to an NPC, not to the regular terminal. I figure I sell this gold a couple times. I should have enough for that exotic ship. Just want to verify that it's still negative 2.1. It's like listing my stuff backwards when I go different places. So, alright, negative 2.1. So I want to check that before I warp out of here, just to see if it affects the price in the terminal as well. Need to get a guy to show up now. Yeah, check my maps. Okay, 17. Let me grab 3 more of those. I got a bunch of navigation data, so I'm trying not to end up with multiple stacks of it. Okay, I'll grab like 8 more. Actually, just go 7. Alright, he'll probably offer me negative 2.1% also. Yeah, negative 2.1. So it's still, what, 16.5 million? Which is almost double what I have now, so. Alright. Now let's see what I can get for a value of it. I'll probably have to switch over to my starship because I have it in my ship. Okay, it's still showing negative 2.1. Can I buy it? Demand is plus 2.2. Okay, so you pretty sure you can still crash the market. Okay, so that used up a lot of that navigation data. Good. Okay. Well, now I get a bunch of maps. I didn't realize I put it in my exosuit. That's alright. We will go back to that little oxygen farm. When I get over here, I want to do a save and reload, then I'll go take a look at that multi-tool. I do have some stuff I want to stick in my refiners, though. One of these refiners had some oxygen in it already. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn that into carbon. Did I pick up my oxygen? No, I didn't pick up my oxygen. Okay. Okay, now I've got a bunch of extra oxygen, so I'm actually just going to put that in my storage container. This other 716. Put that in here. Like 400 of that. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that run out. I'm going to, while that's going, I'm gonna run over to these metal fingers and grab some uranium. That way I'm doing something while that's refining. I'm not worried about the gold right now. It's just going to take up room. Well, actually, I can probably grab a couple of them. That way I have some in my ship. Grab this uranium, though. Yeah, that way I'm actually still doing something while I'm out here doing this. While that stuff's refining, rather. Uranium more. Gold, that's gold. That's gold. Okay. I'll just grab this one, then that refiner should be pretty close to done. I'm going to want to put this in my ship, put that in my ship. Oh, I mean 700 uranium, no time. That's always really nice to have. That's almost done. An extra condensed carbon. So I mean that's how you can make a lot of this stuff pretty quick. Especially if you have multiple refiners going. Alright, let's do my save at my ship. And do a reload. Okay, so just loaded back in. We'll fly up and take a look at that multi-tool now. What we've got. Gotta find the planet. I know it's way far away though. That one over there. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll cut out the reloading screens. Unless I'm yapping about something, but it's not fun to sit there and just watch a, you know, load-in screen. So. Fill this up. Oh, that's the wrong one. Trying to use up that tritium now, so I can always refine some gold into pyrite if I have to. What's in here? Some more nanites. And just throw that away. Make sure I keep this guy charged up. I don't think I have anything to really refine, so you do work on finding some more drop pods too. Get this inventory sorted out. Alright, we're coming into the planet now. Let's see what we got for our multi-tool. I keep hoping I can find like an alien or an experimental. I've never had a save start off that good though. I never find an S-class cabinet on a planet. It's very rare, for me anyway. I just realized I have a holo terminal right over there. I saw it on the way in. I might swing by when I'm done with this stuff. Okay, so we've got this, which I think is the same as that other dead planet. Dazzling Loop Analyzer. Alright, just take a quick picture of that. And the screen's going to go blue for a second. I just want to compare those two, see if there's any real difference. Oh, same supercharged slot. It's just a different color. One's kind of a silver color, the other one's a gold. So our next planet is going to be this one. Okay, so yeah, this one. For some reason I thought I went to this one. Oh, it's because... Okay. I've got it mixed up. I was thinking that the order was different. Alright, so we'll go over here and do a save and come back. Oh, I want to do that. Yeah, whenever you have all those stars flying by, it drops your upload rate or whatever. So I've actually had my stream crash on me before because of it. So I always try to remember to bring this up. I wish there was like a setting in the a setting to take some of those stars away when you pulse, but they haven't added anything like that into the game. Probably because it looks cool, like to stream or whatever, or while you're playing. But yeah, it'll drop your bitrate way down sometimes. Alright, I'm flying into the planet now. Find myself a little island to land on. Oh, it looks like we have an abandoned building too. I'll just land here real quick. I'll actually go run this nav data. Even though I don't really have anything to do here, I still do want to look around just to see if there's like a grave or anything useful here. And it doesn't look like much. There's a tech over there. I'll go grab that real quick. I just want to be on the lookout for scavenging stuff. Let me flip this around too. And upload this. And I'll always do this terminal first. I might get hit by something coming in here. There it is. And I always clear this thing out first so that I don't forget to do it. There's normally like 100 and something nanites to interact with it. Yeah, because sometimes I'll run around, I'll pick up all the eggs and then forget to run inside and do the terminal. Alright, grab some of that stuff. Before I do this, I always fill up my life support. And grab both of those. I try to do 2 eggs at a time. Alright, I'm gonna start closing in on me. See, that's why you, come on, get out of the way. Core there, got one there. Yeah, that's why you want to make sure your jetpack's charged up, because they can fling you pretty far. You want to make sure you can get kind of a easy landing. I don't even bother fighting them. Just kind of skirt around, get kind of away, and see. I don't have any red markers left, so there's no more. I think you get something out of these guys when you kill them. Okay, it's more dice. Okay, so it is a pretty good resource for that, if you don't mind killing them. It is kind of a pain with a laser, but they go down pretty quick. But I think you can put that rancid flesh in your nutrient processor and get something out of them. Let me just refine those real quick. Yeah, so that was a quick 800 nanites. Not too bad. Grab down there. Alright, so jump out, make a save, and do a reload. So we'll reload here and then head back to that multi-tool. Alright, so just reloaded. And we'll run over and check that multi-tool cabinet. Gotta find the right planet. On that one. Must be this one. Yep. I'll head back there. Yeah, you can consume it to get 0% health. I think you can make rancid meat with it or something, though. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I should have put in some of that metal plating in my storage container. A lot of times I'll do that, like I'll go and I'll just buy a bunch of the metal plating and I'll just stick it in storage container. Then when I get to a build site, I'll bring in my storage container and just rip all the metal plating out of it. Used to do it a lot with like really large bases, like large activated indium bases, stuff like that. I would have like 2 or 3 storage containers just full of metal plating. Because, you know, it's easy to make, but after a while you get tired of clicking on the button just to make it, so. Alright, let's get down there, see what we've got. I'm gonna have one more planet to look at after this one, and I'll have to make up my mind which multi-tool to get. At least I'm finding rifles. I hate it when sometimes I'll do this and every planet will just have a pistol. Like, I don't even really know why they have pistols in the game. You can expand the slots on them, I know that, but I don't know. I've never even really used them. Except for the starter pistol. Alright. Oh. This one, blue. Supercharged slots are the same exact thing. So I wonder if these are locked. Because they used to be different. Yeah, it's the same exact layout. Alright, so I got a picture of that, and what's our last planet? It's gonna be Vanna. I think that's my home planet, isn't it? No. Is it this planet? Nope. Oh, it's a temperate. Okay. Oh, it's the white planet. So yeah, it is my home planet. We will head over there. And be right behind me. Actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna just run over here, grab the navigation data. I was hoping there'd be a couple buildings here too, but this one doesn't have them. Yeah, it looks like I have a bunch of, still have a bunch of wildlife to find on my home planet. Okay, I only have like 6 out of 12. So... There it is. Oh, my fuel. Trying to use up that tritium. Oh, we'll get over there. I'm trying to remember to switch my little overdrive thing to my pulse sender when I do this. Okay, so that tritium is starting to go down. I got a couple more reloads out of it before that's gone. That second system, I think I have pyrite on a planet, so I might try to do a little base there too. That way I'm not burning through all the gold on making pyrite. Stuff like that, you only need a small base, you know, like 2 silos and an extractor. You barely use it. Same thing with like paraffinium and the gases. Unless you actually have a base set up specifically for using it. A lot of times you can get away with just 1 or 2 silos and an extractor. I'm just gonna land it at like a random area. So it looks like I am still missing a bunch of animals, so I do want to poke around. Ground. Okay, and the other ones are underwater. See if I see one of the ground creatures here. See any ground creatures? Okay, so I know it just made a save, but out of habit, just jump in here real quick and do a reload. Okay, so reloaded, and let's head back over there. See what the multi-tool is. Hopefully this one will be something nice. That way I can just go through and pick which one. Right now, the third planet is the multi-tool I'm headed towards, so unless this one's really good. Too bad they're all kind of junky in a way, but they'll get the job done. It's an S class too. After I see which one this is, I'm going to jump over and just look at my screenshots to see which one has like the highest damage and stuff like that, and then decide from there. We'll get in here and check it out, see what it is. Alright, let's see. So we have this little bit. And I have a feeling, look at this thing. I have a feeling the other supercharge, if I upgrade this, I'll have a supercharge over here. And then my fourth slot is going to be down here somewhere after I upgrade it a bunch. But I'm not going to do that. That's actually really cheap for an S-Class pistol. Alright, so that thing I do not want. So I'm going to jump out here for a second, just look at my screenshot. Oh, I didn't take a screenshot of that. It probably doesn't deserve a screenshot, to be honest, but I'll give it one. Just in case I share this location online, at least people will know what multi-tool you can get on which planet. So just give me a few seconds, I'm going to go check my screenshots and I will be right back. Okay, so I just took a look at all those multi-tools. The strange thing is they all have the same damage and they all have the same scanner, which is just weird. So that's something that they had changed at some point. So I'm gonna go with the third one. It's the white rifle. I'm gonna go over to that planet, which I actually do run around briefly on. I want to see if I can get some storm crystals while I'm not storm crystals, frost crystal. Let's see if I can get some of that and some dioxide while I'm over there. That way I can start growing some frost crystals. Let's see. Fill that up a little bit. Get that burning off. Just trying to make a couple slots here. And let's just throw that sodium in there. Don't need that. I do have 3 mining upgrades that I can try out. And 3 scanners also. You know, maybe one of them will be good. I do have some hyper drives when I finally land a ship. That multi-tool is going to set me back 5 million. So probably tomorrow or whatever, I should have enough together to see if I can get that exotic ship. Was that the last one I looked at was 37 million, so I'm planning on, you know, trying to be around 40 million, somewhere in that range. All right, just flying into the planet now, because I want to start getting some frost crystal to grow. See if I can find a patch of it here. Normally not too hard to find. It's easier to find at nighttime though. It's a lot brighter. Looking to see if I can get a building to mark. Actually, let's just pop one of these. See if I can get a couple drop pods in too. Mark one on a different planet. I don't see any indicator. There's the indicator. I'll head over towards that. Looks like it's pretty close too. Oh, right there. Make sure I have stuff to repair it. Might as well just make up 5 of these. Yeah, see if I can fill out this technology a little bit. If I'm gonna start installing stuff. So let me see if I have. Okay, I have all the animals here too. Alright, get that one repaired. Alright, see if I can find some frost crystal now. There's some right over there. And we'll pick up a bunch of that real quick. Also, I'm going to grab some dioxide too while I'm here. Alright. Like a pretty good sized batch. I hate it when sometimes when you go to pick up stuff it kind of stalls at like 90%. Gotta start to reharvest it. Alright, how much did I get there? Just shy of 500. Taking a quick peek, see if I see dioxide anywhere. Machinery. Oh, it's further away than I thought. I'm gonna run all the way over there. Oh, we got some floating crystals. Anti-ferrite. Yeah, and again, I'm also trying to look around for any traveler graves. So let me increase my HUD a little bit too. Makes it show up a little bit easier. Yeah, there we go. A little bit bigger. There's nothing here. Let's fire off a couple more of these maps. Yeah, because once I get like a ship and a multi-tool all set, I want to continue on with some of the story stuff, because I haven't even started doing like the Artemis stuff. It's 40 minutes away. Let's jump up here. what I can actually do is I can start using my roamer and scan for drop pods. It'll save me on a bunch of maps. I can use those maps for other things too. Alright, get this one done. That slot. Oh, I still got 3 more. Typically what I like to do is fill up all of that first. But let's see. We got copper. Got some dioxide over there. Some over there too. Let's go see if we can get some of this. I think you need like 50. I think you need 50 dioxide for. Oh, I don't have it in my menu. I think it's 50 dioxide for each plant that you go to make. Go down to a small beam. What I'd like to do on doing this on a planet that damages you is I'll actually dig a hole right into the dioxide and farm from inside. Then it will take you out of the elements. You can dig right in. You'll stop taking damage from them. Oh, I can charge. Yeah, especially on like extreme planets. You can just sit down here and take no damage at all. I also want to make sure I get some silicate powder while I'm down here doing this, just to kind of replenish the fuel I'm burning off doing this. Because eventually I'm gonna want to start making some biodomes, so I'm gonna need glass. So I'll build I have enough glass already. I can just build a biodome and plant some of these. But I like to have a good amount of glass just in case I decide to make, like a liquid explosive farm or something like that. Then you need to start making multiple biodomes. Glass can get pretty expensive. If you have to make a bunch of it real quick, it can be taxing. Luckily, I'm not doing like big plant farms or anything like that, so I'm not too worried about having a ton of it. If you do like a stasis device farm or something like that, then you gotta build like, what, around 40 or so. 40, 50 biodomes, so it does get expensive when you're doing stuff like that. Even if you're doing like liquid explosive, that you want to do like a really large farm for those, if you're making that many biodomes, it adds up real quick. Get that charged again. pretty good amount of this stuff now. I just try to get as much of it as I can. Half the time there's little floating rocks left over, and for some reason I feel like I have to get it. I don't like to waste too much stuff. Alright, so that's done. Take a peek. I see a little bit of frostwork over here, so go grab that. More here than I thought. I'll gladly take it. Yeah, I like the fact that sentinels don't care about you picking up plants. Because if worse comes to worse, you can always take these plants and refine them into carbon. You're on a planet with sentinels that are always giving you a hard time. You need carbon. You can always refine it. So, my way back to my ship. If there was anything else here to look at. Oh, we do have a damaged machinery. I'll run over and grab that. Thought there was another one down there, but it was just a rock. I don't need that anymore. We'll grab that. Yeah, I'm still looking around for like traveler graves. Those can be really hard to find. Alright, I'm going to do another one of these. Another drop pod. I've been meaning to look for more of these. For some reason I didn't see that icon. I wish they would make these easier to see right after you scan them. You know, make it a different color or something, or make the little indicator a little bit bigger. Or have it like flash or something, that way you know that it's something new. Alright. A nice little hiding spot for this one. Grab my map. Go for another. I want to try to get the these last two technology ones, and then I'll go get that multi-tool. So I have that whole top row. I still have a lot more to unlock though. I meant to grab a couple of these this morning, but I got hung up. Got hung up working on that base. Don't think there's really anything to see in that building back there, so. I thought it was a factory at first, but I don't think it was. I couldn't see any sentinels flying around outside of it. Alright, that one. Okay, so it did get a good amount of dioxide out of that also. Alright, do one more. Get this one done, then do a reload and grab that multi-tool. Oh, actually, right here, I want to see if maybe I can grab a little bit of cobalt. That's actually, no, it's not a cave, but it'll be cobalt. I need a bunch of it. Try to grab a little bit when I see it. The cobalt you can get a good amount of money out of too. That's what we used to use a lot of times to crash systems. Ionized cobalt. Just keep buying and selling it. Why isn't that cracking? Oh, I have it in my ship. That's right. And a little bit ionized out of that. I can take that 36 ionized and mix it with oxygen and just keep expanding it. Pretty much double it every time I put it through a refiner. It's like cobalt's so valuable. Alright. I'll get that one unlocked. Alright. That top section's done, so all I'm gonna do is jump in, make a do a reload, and we'll head over to that planet. Alright, so just did that reload, we will head over, grab that multi-tool now, get that out of the way. Start upgrading that thing. Oh, right there. Head over there. Keep stuff full. Oh, I never switched that over. There we go. We're using my pulse engine. Sodium nitrate. Burn off a little bit of that. Put that in there. How much cobalt did I get? Okay. I know maybe I get some of those special cobalt things that drop sometimes. With ingots or whatever they are. Use up one of those. Okay, so I got a couple different things to try to install. Right now, what's that? That's just the advanced mining. Oh, I don't even have a... I do have this that I can move over. Alright. Where is my base? Alright, so this should be that white and blue. Oh, it looks like it's tan there. Yeah. So with that, let's go compare. You know what, I'm just gonna rip out this stuff. I don't need anything in this multi-tool, so I'm gonna store all this stuff. I'll have to refill my whatever you want to call it. Oh, terrain manipulator. I'll have to refill that, but everything else put right in here. And I can actually destroy this. Get a little bit of ferrite dust back. Yeah, that way I don't have two multi-tools to juggle. Alright, so I'm just going to do an exchange. Alright. Let's move some of this stuff around. Alright, so I already got a bolt caster in it, so that's always nice. I am going to want to install this. I'm going to need 3 mirrors, 3 computers. I don't know if I can build those. Okay, so I got my 3 mirrors. Computers. Okay, I can make 3 microprocessors. Oh, I have to actually make a microprocessor. Three computers. What did I miss with? Oh, antimatter. More of those. Now will you let me build it? 3 of those. There we go. Optical drill, so that should be good to go. That I'm going to want to put in my supercharged slot. That will give me even more resources. Okay, so that over. Kind of move these around a little bit. See what these scanners give me. That one's pretty junk. I'll just get them installed and then look at them after. Yeah, none of these are very good. I'll just replace them. I get something better. Let's see what these mining beams give me. These things are always really hit or miss. Sometimes they're really good, and other times they're just awful. Like this one's awful, so I don't even want it around. Those are all bad. So that's another way you can come up with a lot of wire and looms really quick, just breaking those things down. Alright, a advanced mining laser, just stick down there for now. Analysis visor, which actually, I don't need that. Terrain manipulator, go over there. Survey device. A lot of times I just go and stick everything over here. I don't even want that installed. Just get rid of it. Okay. Oh, I can't install that yet. At least I'll have something set up for my boltcaster. I know I have an S-Class boltcaster mod already, so I'll have to get that installed. Combat scope, pulse fitter, yeah, I don't care about that. I don't even bother with the force field, I forget I even have it. Alright, so down to 33 million. Not too bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to make some ammo. A lot of times I just make like 6,000 or 8,000. Because half the time you pick it up in different spots, you end up with like multiple stacks of combat ammo. So annoying. Next thing you know, you got tons of it everywhere. Alright, my exosuit. I install rocket boots. The hydraulic wiring. Can I make that? Oh, I need salt. That's in my back of my base, though. What would be air burst? I don't think. Phosphorus. Alright. Make that stuff later on. God, that thing does not feel good. Alright. I'm gonna leave this base computer here. Just in case I have to get back here for anything. Yeah, and also this planet's so far away that it'd be good to have this here. Alright, I am going to hit... Oh. Go hit up the space station. See if I can get some modules. And actually, I'll bounce around a little bit between a couple different stations. Actually, I should swing down and see if I can get some more gold. See if I can sell off some of it tonight. And actually, I might sell off some of these. Oh, that's only 1.5 million. How many of those do I have? I got some in here too. I knew I had these. I know I have that in there. Yeah, because I'd like to try to hit like 40 million before I even try to get a ship. They really want me to do that stupid pirate thing. just ignore it as long as I can. Yeah, I really think they should hold off on those little side missions until you run the main mission. Because all it does is confuse people. You see people all the time on Reddit and they have no idea what to do when that stuff pops up. Well, let's go check modules first. Multi-tool. Alright, so I do have a mining beam. I'll pick up that. And that's about it. Jeez. Underwater life support shield. Actually, I should have a shield. And actually grab a life support too. See, now I'm not too worried about nanites because I have a pretty much an infinite supply now. I just got to work for them a little bit. Alright, so I've got those three. Alright, I just don't want to fill up my inventory too badly. I think this guy has hyperdrive. Yeah, grab that hyperdrive. Alright. I'll get those out of the way. I'm gonna go over to my gold base, see what I can pick up there. I'm just gonna kind of make my loop around and grab whatever upgrade modules I can find, and also sell off some of this gold. See how much money I can gather up. Because there should only be probably like 8,000 gold or something like that here. Because they've been empty for a couple hours, so typically I get about 1,000 an hour, so it's probably not too much. Well, I'm gonna get almost 10,000 out of it, so yeah. For some reason one of them's feeling a little bit slower. Yeah, that one on the end, so it's probably gotten enough in it now. Yep, there's the other 250. Alright, and this one is messed up, so if this happens, it's because I stretched that refiner all the way out. So typically what will fix that is you interact with your base computer, exit out, and do a save and a reload. That should it should fix it, hopefully. Sometimes it will do that when you leave a system. For some reason the game doesn't realize that it's tied to that base computer for some reason. So yeah, interact with your base computer and then do a reload. And hopefully it works. Sometimes it might take a couple tries, but eventually it'll work itself out. See, it's going to do it again. So I'm just going to interact with this thing again and then just take off, because I don't want to deal with it. Do an upload. Alright, so go over to that other space station, the one that starts with J. Oh, which is the one I'm in now. I'll just warp up there. I'll go grab Upgrade modules. I'm not sure if I even checked these other merchants. Okay, we got bolt casters, so I'll grab that. Actually, let me install that life support. Yeah, one's a little bit better than the ones I have. Grab this one. Alright. Got a life support and a shield. Should grab that movement too. I might have get a better one out of that. See if this guy's got any tech I want. He has even less than the other guy. Let's see if I can sell that gold. This last time it was negative 2.1 for gold, so for the trade, so negative 2.1, same thing, so I'll sell that off. Actually, there was something, a couple other things here. Rented flesh. Get rid of the more dice. Alright. And you just pull these over. I always take them out of the supercharged slot when I do this, just so I don't accidentally destroy one that might be better. So typically what I look is I just look at the jetpack tanks. This is the first thing I look at. Okay, and this one's a 206, so I'm just gonna get rid of that one. I totally forgot to look at that one, so. Alright, so, and I always put the lowest one in the supercharge. Alright, and check this life support also. See if I can get one that's better. 65%, wow. Now it's better than this 54, so get rid of that one. Pretty sure that bottom is okay. And shield should, yeah, they're typically all the same, so I think you can get one that's a little bit better though. Right, I can get rid of that A-class one though. Gloves are in the way. I'm gonna do a quick save and a reload because I want to grab another bolt caster. Okay, so I did pick up a few more modules and did a reload. Just gonna go up and pick up a couple more here. And that way it wasn't just a bunch of just me reloading, so. Bolt caster, and I am gonna get life support and movement. They're not super important, but I just like to try to get some type of advantage. Okay, get these life supports out of the way first. Having really bad luck with these. 55%. I don't even have to check the other ones. I know that one's horrible. Okay, 76 is going to replace something here. 71, 65, 78. So that 65 is gone. Move this one in. Actually, move that. 78. Yeah, I always like to have the highest ones right next to it. Yeah, do something like that. See, sadly, you can't see what your stats are over here. My movement, just all those into normal slots. A couple of these are bad. It's 212, 221, 220. I want to see if I can replace this 212. Just bring both of those right in. Okay, 217's an upgrade. 232, there we go. That 217 can go. 212 can go. And whatever my lowest one is, it's going to be that 220. That goes. That one goes in there. That one there. Then what I'll do is when I get these installed, I'll have my airburst engine. I'll have that here. My rocket boost will be probably over here or something. Because there is an underwater one that I want to install too when I get that unlocked. While I'm here, let's see if we can get something good out of these. Get a mine and beam 2. Okay. Mine and speed 16. Oh, it doesn't matter because that one's maybe 16 also. Let's just stick with it there. Alright, what did we get? And you get a fire rate and damage. I don't like any of these. For now, I'll just stick them in the damage, or stick them in there for now. What I'm looking for is reload speed, though. I'm gonna go check that last space station, see what they have over there. Ideally, what I want is like damage and reload. It's that blue, yep, blue system. Let's warp over there. Yeah, I'd like to have a reload perk on my bolt caster. Yeah, damage and reload for the most part, and like clip size is good to have. If you're ever curious what your maximum values are on mods and whatnot, if you go in here, technology, you go up to, you know, like your multi-tool or whatever, and weapons. You go to bolt caster. Actually, S-class boltcaster. Go right past it. Plasma launcher. Yeah, S-class. If you look down on the bottom, those are your maximum values. Like 2% damage. It doesn't tell you what the reload is, though. Thought it did. Guess not. Oh, they'll tell you, like, if you look at the A class, your reload value is -20. So it's going to be at least that. So, I think that's about what it is anyway. If you look at, like, the X class is -25. So sometimes you can get some really good stuff out of those. The same thing, like if you go to your starship and you want to know your hyperdrive, or any of this stuff, really, it'll tell you whatever the max value is. Yeah, like your hyperdrive, you can get up to 265 light year. So you can always look in here if you want to find your maximum value of stuff. So it is available online too, but half of the time that a lot of the online stuff isn't updated. You know, it hasn't been updated in years, so sometimes it's worth looking in here. I'm on this guy. Let's see here. He's got mining lasers, so I'll grab one of those. Oh, and he's got scanners. Check here real quick. Alright, he's got movement and life support. So far, it's a pretty good station. Now, do you have hyperdrives? I'm probably gonna end up doing a reload here too. Cyclotron. Typically, what I do is I run the Infinite, so I'm looking for modules for that. The launch thruster modules I don't really use. Some people like them. I use the auto charger, so I don't typically bother with them. I'm gonna teleport back to my home system though, because I can get hyperdrives there. Actually, did this station actually have anything? Actually, I will do a reload because he does have mining lasers. I'll do a quick reload. It seems to reload quicker in space stations, so. Because if I try to reload out in the wild, the percentage gets up to like 96% before I load in. I'll do a quick reload here. I think it's because it's a static location, so it doesn't have to load in the environment. So, yeah, like, that was quick. I'll go grab a mining laser. I was trying to get this thing upgraded a little bit. Get it out of the way somewhat early. Alright, let's see what I can get out of these mining lasers and the scanners. So, what do we have here? 18%, another 16. Let's get rid of that A class. That's just gonna keep throwing me off. Alright, so 16 is 18%. Get rid of this one. Keep that one. And scanners. Okay. That one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. A couple of these are really bad though. Get rid of that one. That mineral and fauna. Mineral, fauna, flora. They're all really low though. Ideally you want to get all 4, but let's get rid of that one. There should be enough goofing around with that. Oh, hyperdrive. Where's torches. Grab oh, I think I'm in the wrong system. Go back over here. Yep, this one's my home system. Yeah, so next time I log in, I should be able to sell off enough gold to get a ship. So just try to get some of this stuff ahead of time. Tomorrow I'll see if I can get in the morning for a little bit and try to run off some more nanites. And that way I can replace some. I'm just blowing through them right now, trying to get some of the stuff upgraded. We'll grab a mining laser. Try another one of those too. Alright, you got 19% now. 16, 18. That one. Move that down. That one up. Yeah, that'll help out a lot with the curious deposits, actually. Get that, get a better number on that stuff. Let's see what we get here. Okay, 90%. 94%. Good. Alright, let's get rid of a couple of these junk ones. 76, 78, 71. 71 is gone. 76 is gone. Finally get some decent numbers on some of these. Alright, see if I can get a decent movement module. Okay, that's only 200. I'm pretty sure all of these are over 200, so that one's junk. Yeah, and as you see, I'm already up to 15 wire and loom, so it's definitely a good way to stack up on those. It's expensive though. I'm down to only 3,000 nanites now. I'm going to do a reload just so that I can grab one of those hyperdrives. That way I'll be all set up for when I get this ship. I gotta find a space station with the Infinite modules too. Infinite and also shield modules for my ship. Sometimes those can take a while to find though. I always have trouble finding them. Let's go grab one more hyperdrive. Alright. Actually, just for the heck of it, let's run down to my oxygen base. Where is it? Oxygen sodium. See if I can make some quick money. I don't know how long this is going to take though. Open this up. Alright. That one's empty. Just toss that in there. I'm going to take that little bit of ionized cobalt, toss that in there. So I started off with, I didn't even see what number I had there. It was like 20 something or something like that. Now I'm up to 216. So all I'm doing is I'm taking one ionized cobalt and making 6 out of it. I don't know how much this stuff goes for. 162 minutes. How much is gold? Gold is half of that. So a stack should be what, almost 2 million? Like 1.7 million, something like that. But you see how quick you can make this stuff. Especially if you have multiple refiners going. This is how we used to make a lot of chlorine. If I have some salt in, actually I got a little bit of chlorine in here. Toss some chlorine in here. There's that chlorine. You know, put in like 250 oxygen, just let that go. I'll bring that over, let that go. So it takes about 4 minutes to do a half stack. Okay. Because you can only put in 4,096. And this is the same deal. I'm making 1 chlorine into 6. So you picture you've got like 12 refiners lined up, and you can just, by the time you get to like refiner 8 or 9, the original refiner will be done. So you're just constantly going back and forth. Put that in there. And if I actually put in a good amount of oxygen, you know, put in that, set that going. You're only limited by how much oxygen you have. That's why I always try to keep a good amount of oxygen on me. Because when you run out of oxygen, then you're done, pretty much. How many? I can only technically build 1 more medium refiner, but I can glitch in as many refiners as I want. Which I might, maybe tomorrow morning I'll do that. I'll put in 4, I'll add in like 5 or 6 refiners. Because you can only have 3 of them at the base, but with glitch building you can add more. Well, they have to be a certain amount, you know, a certain distance apart. Like you'd have to go like 100 units away from your closest refiner and before you can put another one. I'm not sure if that 100 units is an actual number or not, though. I've never actually tried to. While that's running, I'm gonna run over here. Alright, so these don't reset every time, it looks like. They're probably like a daily thing. Alright, I'm going to, I thought I could make like a quick million here, but it's gonna take a little bit of time. So I'm just gonna let this stuff run, I think. Yeah, I'll just let it run. So I've actually got to be logging off here. I do want to go see how quick this runaway mold gets melted, though. Yeah, and before I was getting around 4,400, something like that, when I did a batch of this. Let me see if I have any runaway mold on me. I don't. Let me just put this in my ship, though. Alright. See how it does now. Yeah, it goes way faster. Yeah, you see, like, my beam isn't even turning red yet. Alright, so there we go, almost 9,000. So it's a lot quicker. And what I tend to do, instead of doing a reload, if I just fly out, you have to get, I think it's 600 units, so if I go to the end of this mountain, then just do a U-turn. Oh, must have gone out a little further than I thought. We'll do about here then. This is way over 600. This is like 1,000 units away. And there they are, all spawned again. I'll just land and refine it and, you know, shoot them again instead of doing a reload. I thought about doing like a teleporter setup to bring me out there, but it's just too much work. The ground here is kind of weird to run around on, so I just jump in my ship each time. And pretty quick. Yeah, you can set up those short-range teleporters, and I believe it's 600 units you have to jump before these come back. Sometimes it works right away, and you know, I've had times where they don't respawn right away, so might as well just toss. Oh, I forgot these are full. Completely forgot about these. I mean, just got another 8,000 nanites back, so that's good. I'll just fill up a couple of these. And I'll be there for when I log in later. Way more. Pretty sure that's all of it, so. Now, another thing I should do here, though, is I really should put in a storage container here. Especially with all that runaway mold. Just in case I ever have to use it. And what I'll do is I'll put that frost crystal right in there too. Put these in there. Give me a chance to clear out some of the stuff, and I can put this, all this extra metal plating in there too. I like to keep a couple stacks of it on me though. And I'll use those up probably tomorrow. But I think that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys swinging in, and I will see you next time. Alright, take care.